Morning, everybody. So let's have a look at the DAX. So I've put this resistance level in already, and this is basically the previous support, and we've just used it as resistance now, and it extends back all the way to May 2017. Okay, so it's a pretty strong level. Now, what we need to pay attention to is that level, and we also need to pay attention to the weekly Kijinsen. Okay, let's make that red. Now, from a Ichimoku perspective, we have bearish signals. So we have bearish signals on Shikuspan, the brown line. We have a bearish crossover of Tikinson and Kijinsen. Okay, but Tikinson is rolling and pointing to the top. So this is always an indication that we're probably heading back to the top. Okay, whether we're going to break or not is another story. Now, the element that's still here is this diversion. Okay, so you see our prices going down, yet the OBV is going up. Okay, now that is an indication that this will turn and come down, and this will follow it. Okay, so there is divergence here for continuation of the direction that we're traveling, which is down. Let's just head to the daily. Okay, so on the daily we have a slightly different picture. You can see how we have a bullish crossover here of Kijinsen and Tikinson. Shikuspan has yet to break through the cloud, but it is through price, and we had a twist here. Okay, now the thing that you again need to always look at is where did it actually get to? So it's pretty close at the 61.8. Okay, so that 61.8 is also major resistance. So you can see how things are going. The daily bar that printed yesterday is an inside bar. Okay, and we've come back to test the breakout of the cloud, and that is our weekly Kijinsen at the same time. Okay, the other level that we need to worry about here are these moving averages still. So the 100 and 200 moving average is here, and I think we've had a crossover though. No, we haven't had a crossover yet, so you can see the 100 is still just hovering above the 200-day moving average. Let's get down to 4 hour. Maybe we'll see something else there. So the area that we're in now is still a pretty good area for longs. So I'd be watching price action here, and let's just use there is a Brooks gap. Okay, and then obviously we've got a daily gap here, and we've got a daily gap here. So, and the other thing I want to check is we checked this yesterday. Let's just double check. Not quite. Oh, that's closed. Okay, so the measured move, in other words, this move from the bottom here to the top there, will be replicated on the pullback. So there was the pullback, and then there was a replication of it, and the profit taking was 12,830, which is exactly like the measured move. Okay, so we have pulled back to the Tikinson on the 4 hour, and we closed sort of there. So now the question is, do we get a bit more downside? And this is where our Fibonacci comes into play again. And you can see we are at the 50% Fibonacci. The 61.8 is pretty much very close to the Brooks gap. So let's just drill down to the 1 hour and see what we can expect here. So this area that we are in here is critical to hold. Okay, we're also on the daily, on the 1 hour Kijinsen, the red line here. So this is so from an Ichimoku's perspective, we have this will be support. Next level of support will be the top of the cloud, and the last level of support on the hour will be the bottom of the cloud. Okay, now for me, I'm looking for that area to hold. If this area holds, then we can expect another attempt to take out this level here. But because this level is so strong, you're probably going to find profit taking here again. So it'll basically just move up to here and profit taking. So that is, until this breaks, that is our take profit area. Okay, and I'm not really going to bother with anything beyond that, because this level will have to break. And I suppose the only other thing we can do is just put a line on the previous breakout, which will be this bar here. So you can see there was the high, and then we broke above it and came back. So that's kind of a level that we may aim for before profit taking steps in and the selling happens again. That's kind of the top side of it. The bottom side of it is roughly where the square is. So I'm looking for some bullish action here to get in. And as per the Aussie, I will put my trades in on the comments of the video. It's difficult to give you the exact level without seeing what price is doing. So I will watch the, not so much the 10, but more the 15, to see whether we are getting any kind of bullish action. Okay, and you can see how we close at the bottom of the cloud here. So the big trick here is to see what happens in this area. If we do get some consolidation and a reversal pattern, then I will definitely take the long, and we'll take the long back to this level here. Okay, so that's the DAX. I hope that helps, and I'll catch up with you later.